Oh, that guy's got nice horns there, look at him. Very good looking male, not even that old yet. So he's probably about 10 years old or so. He's just getting into his prime now. The next 4 or 5 years he will bulk up even more. Very, very nice set of horns on him. Go a little bit forward next to these guys. Also 2 bulls on our right hand side here, also quite big guys. And a couple more further in as well. Nice group here. We've got 9 or 10 or so bachelor males. Look at this guy. See, that guy's got a nice layer of dried mud over his skin as well. Obviously sometime during the course of the day, maybe this morning, had a good old mud wallow. So let the game drivers know quickly as well. All stations, small group of dogger boys here, Gari, Cutline, Buffelshoek boundary junction on the fire break. Quite a hairy buffalo this. Afternoon Sydney, how's it going? Very good man, a bit hot and dry out here, but otherwise all good. Sydney is a group of dogger boys here, Gari, Cutline, Buffelshoek boundary junction on the fire break. I think Quibus was last with 2 in Kombi close to Sassens Dam, just sort of southeast somewhere of Sassens Dam. The Kuhuma and Gala are close to Kaimanzi, just on that east-west cut line south of that dam area in the Gwari bush, and I think that's it for now. Nkonzo for Karula, Impala Plains area this morning. Yeah, yeah, I'll give you a call a bit later maybe even. It's just a couple of game drivers getting out there late on. Look at this buffalo's tail. Got a bit of a crooked one. It's actually something you see quite often in buffalo, and I would guess the reason for it most of the time would be that they are animals that live in very big herds, and they do get pestered and harassed and occasionally eaten by lions. So there's quite often cause for them to run around in sort of organized chaos in these herds, and I think in that process maybe tails do get kinked and bent and broken sometimes. This Pacific buffalo is quite interesting when you get to his head there. A little difficult to see, they're right in the bushes there, but you can see the horns on this one not very big at all. Probably looking only at about a 3.5, 4-year-old buffalo. So he's making that transition from the big herd to the bachelor group quite quickly. It's not something that's necessarily all that typical, but at the same time he's no threat to them. He's more just company. Scratching the cheek.
the distinction between a grazer and a browser? Also, can you mention the website you referred to the other day about Africa?
Yeah, thanks Sue. Just going to quickly turn the car a bit. Have a last look at these buffalo, and I'll answer Lynn's questions as well. So guys, actually looking at this young bull just now, they always look a bit comical at this age. Those big horns remind me of old Viking warriors, I guess. Those very impressive head covers people used to wear sometimes. And then just a question coming through from New York there, you asking, the first thing is difference between grazers and browsers. And since we are looking at one of the ultimate grazers here, buffalo are big herd animals that specialize, well, actually not specialized grazers, they majority grazers, meaning they eat grass. Whereas browsing animals, or your browsers, would be things like kudu or giraffe, animals that specialize in eating leaves. Buffalo probably make up, I would say, probably 98% of their diet out of grass, but they do also eat leaves when grass is maybe a bit short or when the leaves are nice and fresh. The second part of that question, and I think the website you might be curious about is My Africa, and the only reason we mentioned the other day is it was Colin's birthday. That's where the name came up. Maybe that's what you're referring to. Okay, well, we're going to move along.